Why am I being pulled off? Wait, where are you all? Why aren't you at the bottom of the screen? Oh, you're in a fight. Okay, it's fine. We can start off with everyone fighting, I suppose. Morning. I'm not sure if I'd go that far. Good afternoon. Oh, I suppose Merry Time Zone. Hello everybody. Woo! It is I, distant mouse of the past, streaming 2 days in a row. Okay, how are you doing? First of all, life was just very speedy. Hello Tim, hello Vale, hello Turquoise, hello Sunda. How are you all doing? I hope you are having good afternoon, evening, day, morning. I'm scared of many of your sleep schedules, so I really can't tell. Wait, there's another one of the mod anniversary things. I'm so glad this is a feature now. It's so cute. Thank you for being a mod for 6 months. I claimed the book. The book singular. The book with all the book records in. Who won the fight? I can't see. Oh, Spirit won the fight. Well done. Compatibility. I was supposed to be in the gym, but my legs decided walking is not allowed. I too intended to work out today, but I was not. I was not up to it. I don't know what it is. I have one of those bizarre colds at the moment, where for the first 3 hours I wake up, I have really bad cold and flu symptoms, and then after that I'm fine. It's just like the waking up period. I am losing a fight to my sinuses. The daily book, aha, that makes no sense. The moderator's copying the library inventory book. I felt like that 2 weeks ago. Terrible. It's so discombobulating because for the first few days of it, you get to the evening and you think, oh, I must have recovered. I must have looked after myself today and bounced back. And then it's back again tomorrow? Dissatisfactory. Highly dissatisfactory. The flu's been crazy. I got it at the beginning of May and it left me out of commission for 2 weeks. Oh, ouch. I hope you've bounced back now. It's June? I was gonna say July. I don't know what's going on with this year. January and February went at like a slow to moderate pace, and then we've just accelerated. We've just skipped 4 months. I don't know what's going on. I feel like this wasn't the experience I had of the years passing in previous years. Mouse going senile on Steam, but I'm feeling better though. Does that notice what gets me the most? Yes, I am a smidgen nervous for that, given the... I can remember to buy things from the store properly, sorry. Given the extensive quantities of reading I am aspiring to do today, I am tentatively hoping to get at least halfway through the story. I'm gonna have to stop by like 7 or 8 PM, so 4 hours from now, 4 or 5 hours, because I need to go pick up a parcel from the like supermarket. I don't know. I thought they were delivering to the library, but they just put it in a supermarket instead, so inconvenienced mouse. But yes, I attempting to read more of the nasty event. I don't actually know what it's called. I can't believe I didn't buy these in the past. Okay, anyway, it's all fine. Let's go to unrealized realities. So, we ooh. I thought, okay, never mind. I thought I at least did stage 1, but I guess not. Find a spot near the star pod, just don't get hit by the billboards. And so we're gonna see the mechanics. I'm curious for these. I don't know why, but this screenshot of the map looks so much more low poly than the usual ones. Does that make sense? I feel like there's like 3 pixels of resolution. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let us begin. Oh wait, not that team. Here we go. Rodents. Wait, let me swap this out. I got stressed about this yesterday. I need... What do I need? I'm gonna take out Dorothy and put Mr. Her. I should probably build a medic that actually just works as a medic, but I refuse to. The universe cannot make me. We have pharmacists, spine cats. What are the other options? I've not even built them. Where is she gone? Where's she gone? We have Nightingale, whose kit I still don't understand. But anyway, some stages here and there have this resolution bug. I'm not going insane. Okay, that is always gratifying. There's gonna be a medic Zavik eventually, no sweat. We have two, kind of. We have Honeyberry, who's adorable, but her healing, if not against elemental enemies, doesn't have much kind of oomph to it. I don't know, maybe I need to build her more. I realise I haven't built her much since the very start of the game when I E2'd her. Does she have like a mod that makes her stronger? Because I've always just kind of been slightly underwhelmed by the actual volume of non-elemental healing. Also, hi Kamotonics. School? Yeah, we're gonna be so focused, so much story, so much read. Cal would be perfect for your unusual medic team. If someone's at 10 HP and monster only needs a bandage, she'll heal the monster. She's got her priorities right. No, she doesn't. Never mind. Look, I think Monster's cute. I think we should all heal Monster. Oh, quick disclaimer before I start stream proper, which is I will be eating over the course of the stream. I would like to say that I will mute when I eat, because I will remember and be smart, but I do not think that will be the case. So if you occasionally hear me eating tacos or like crisps, please just accept that I am hungry and sleepy and ill, so can't eat quickly. Both Monster, by the way, has someone with a cute green one. Really cool that they made it like that. Yeah. Gosh, I'm starting to think about how Enfield connects with Arknights, but I'm so behind on Arknights, and no, to be fair, if I think about how behind I are on Arknights, I'm practically up to date with Enfield. Which, considering I have well over... Wait, I can check, can't I? What's it? Is this... Is it Silly Duck? Silly Gnome! Okay, can I check for lifelong hours streamed in a game category? Okay. Wait, that's not correct. I don't believe that. It's been way more than that. Oh, I've been kicked off the website for being a bot. Never mind. I've streamed several hundred hours of this game and I'm still not up to date. We just have to be at peace with this. I used to talk super confidently about how I was gonna catch up. Not even with the like streaming 6 times a week mouse could I do that. Enfield is so far removed from Arknights anyway. Anyone who started the game was up to date with it. Wait, Brain Smooth. Is this as in Enfield is so far in the distant future that any knowledge from Arknights doesn't carry over and therefore isn't like a knowledge debt? Is that the sentiment? Or is this just that it's at launch and therefore such a smaller game that you're comparably up to date? I can't tell which is the infants. I don't know. I want to find out what's going on with the sinister nuns. They've gotta be sinister. They've gotta be sinister. The first one? Okay. I do want to catch up with Enfield's story. I'm just so much more invested in the Arknights gameplay. I say having like done Wisdel Go Kill yesterday for Annihilation, but still, I'm far more invested in the Arknights gameplay, and so I never know when to play Enfield. In Sarkaz, wait, okay, freeze. What are you telling to freeze? This is not a room that bodes well for my memories. Okay. The sound of rapid punching. I'm assuming that was Saria then. I didn't actually see, but I'm assuming that's Saria. The incantation draws an invisible wall mid-air, blocking one of the Verva's punches. The letters abbreviating her alma mater, the Trimarans Institute of Technology, are her boxing gloves are soaked with sweat. Finally, the Volvia stops. There we go. Sees woman punching things. Oh, that must be Salia. Is correct. What can I say? I'm a law expert. Phew, let's call it a day. Thanks for agreeing to be my practice partner, Nasty. You've only done half your normal routine. Thank you for the hydrate turquoise. I'm going to have an energy drink and no one can tell me off because it's 3 PM and that's practically a reasonable time to open a monster. I'm quite excited. Okay. 3, 2, 1. That was a very underwhelming can opening noise. I'm disappointed. It was in the fridge and everything. Oh. I can feel the caffeine already. And the brain freeze. Oh my gosh. My fridge is cold. We've only done half your normal routine. It's time for you to go. Have you said goodbye to the others? Not yet. Mayim goes without saying. I'm also in Sinkiag, and I don't know the new directors of HR and Structural all that well yet. As for Justin Jr. and Ferdinand, I think it's better that those two see each other in private. They can give each other an audience to name drop fancy banquet guests, or rattle off a couple of fanciful theories that are this close to crowning a new king of science. Besides, it's just a business trip. There are a few things that require a business trip from our head of engineering personally. The district has approved our application to consolidate the resources of the Horizon Arc project and continue developing the levitation technology based on the legacy of Galeria Stellaria. But they have also opened the doors to every tech firm in Columbia, designating an entire plate for the purpose. Did you see the list of names? Administrators from Ato and even Maylander. I am having a dyslexia, and whenever I see Maylander, I just think like Melania, Nill's uncle, but with extra, like the appropriate amount of vowels for a word. And I know that they're not connected, but in my brain, I'm just like, oh, that's Nill's uncle, but with extra letters. If I get the name wrong, just ignore me. I know I'm not saying his name right to begin with, but if I get it wrong in a new and creative way, this is the internal logic. I'm not saying it makes sense, but there's something there. Oh hi Ashisun, how is your day going? My sentence got confused. Okay. Our proposal is now merely one of thousands. They're already showing as much respect as they could by allowing Ryan Lab to provide foundational engineering support for the plate. Government officials, tech firm representatives, things will be very busy on the plate. You're not used to dealing with these things. I haven't heard you complaining about anything. Control? Angry ... This star pod is recovering, but the eyes cast upon the sky linger. When common sense is turned upside down, what was the once ignored has naturally become the centre of our attention. Is the star pod the term for the roof of the sky? I can't remember that from Lone Trial, but it seems to be contextually what it's being used to describe. I did also read all of Lone Trial in one slightly delirious 16-hour stream, and so most of my memory of it is about telling Rolzai off for her romantic decisions. I don't know. Actually, since the announcement of the special loan policy, 1/3 of major enterprises have added an aerial operations department, and SMEs are climbing over one another to jump on the Sky Fever bandwagon. I know what you're implying, but I'm not interested in political games. Even if how things develop is out of our control, Wine Lab must maintain the initiative as the Wine Lab must maintain the initiative as the original proponent in order to protect what Kristen left behind. That's not so hard to understand. Yes, well, thanks for helping out. One more thing. Why did you have a sign that says Components Control Section outside of your old office instead of moving into Kristen's old room? I'm used to this place. Mulzai asked the same question. She grabbed my arm and asks with watery eyes whether I made this choice to honor Kristen, to ensure that there would always be a place for Kristen at the company. No! Poor elf. I suppose you just feel more comfortable in your own place. You personally oversaw every little detail here, after all. Is this background supposed to be Saria's like lab and office then? Because I was associating with this being the background for I forgot her name. If I say the child soldier who does fire and not explosions in a straight line, will people know who I mean? Ifrit. yeah, Ifrit. I was associating this background with like Ifrit and Silence backstory angst. I wasn't associating it with Saya, and I know they get reused, but I was bamboozled by that. I thought we were jumping back into that sinister part of the story. Oh wow, it was a good description. You knew who I meant. The fake sky barrier? Okay. I suppose you just feel more comfortable in your old place. You personally oversaw every little detail here, after all. You were watching over my shoulder the whole time I was finishing your office. You're even more OCD than Parvis was. Mine lab is the same as it ever was. Says the woman who handles change well, who handles change very, very well. I wouldn't quite say that. At least the staff who come looking for control will actually find her once in a while. I'm not sure you're the right person to say that. Is this why you chose me for the trip? I do like the retro future backgrounds, it's very fun. Okay. Make a cut here? Yes, that's the right angle. That way the branches of the main trunk will not be affected. Test passed. Give it a tug before we pave it, Sky. Engineering's happening. I don't know how engineering works. Next set. Light sense performance, normal. Levitation attitude, stable. Energy input and output, check. This needs a tug too. Oh, and get the disassembly set from the toolbox for me as well. Who's this? Who is this? Wait. I don't recognize her. I like this design. Wait, is this a character you've seen before in your new skin? Or is this someone new? Why is the welfare lizard in a plastic bag when there's this character? sorry, okay. Let me be nosy. Oh. Do you still need the high-speed screwdriver and multifunction wrench then? Depends. Huh, what happened to your voice? Ooh! I would love to help, but I have a scissor hanging on my buttons and I'm holding 5 trees? I really can't take any more. Sorry, I get it. Did Sky leave? He told you 3 times that he was going to the levitation layer for inspections. You didn't acknowledge him at all. You could have given me a heads up. The first rule of Socrates: stand on one side, smile politely, only staring when directed by your boss, and shut your eyes and ears when conversations turn confidential. I assure you I did not hear any of the figures or nouns that you just discussed, nor would I have understood a word of it. I mean, she is cute. I'm a little bit confused about the mechanics of the camera, because it seems kind of evocative of the old short loop video carousels, where they would loop a series of film images via a carousel against a light and then project it out, and so you would get a short animation of the images moving. That's kind of what I imagine these to be indicative of. But this is a camera, not a projector by the looks of it. It could be a projector, I suppose. Yeah, maybe? Or is it just color grading, I guess? It's cool anyway, it's cool anyway. Oh, hi Jenny, how are you doing? I hope you've been well. I assure you oh wait, no. Confidential, didn't understand a word. Absolutely, absolutely. I remember you now. You're from administration. Gordon Tannen's secretary. How could you forget her? She's beautiful. I'm flattered that you remember me, Director Lunary. My name is Messia. You may call me Miss Mary. Mr. Tannen would like to invite you to lunch. Do you manage his work for him? He received your last 16 rejections. Then I'll get straight to the point. I know he's not interested in foundation engineering, and he knows that I've no interest in proposals outside of work. Oh gosh, okay, proposals. Speaking of lunch though, have you changed your mind? It is indeed time for lunch. Nasty flips through her toolbox, taking out a rectangular object wrapped in foil from underneath the instruments and neatly packed toolboxes. Messia's curiosity brings her closer. She wants to know what could make this an enigmatic director of Rhode Island decline the most luxurious course as Cloud, the park's fine dining establishment. A crack appears in the impeccable secretarial smile, however, as she watches Nasty impassively unwrap the object. Is this brick your lunch? Wait, what do they mean she's eating a brick? Is it like nutritional space food that's been dehydrated? Or is this a Gosh, I forgot the Sub-Sarcas class. Is this the thingamabob from the Sub-Sarcas class years? They just eat masonry? I don't remember that in the folklore. Doing good? I'm glad. Okay. Well, eating masonry, I suppose. Ration bar? I'm gonna tell myself it's masonry. I'm telling myself it's masonry. I can't be convinced otherwise. What? Mercia cannot look away from the brick. Are you hungry? Would you like a bite? Wait, I like these cute little mini drawings. I suppose. Thank you. Don't get the cute little Berry probably wouldn't be able to eat masonry. She was expecting a beautiful sandwich, but no brick. I suppose. Is it good food? She brought 2. Organized. Choose with great difficulty. Okay. Solos odiously? I'm so sorry, Monsieur. You go have the nice lunch, it's okay. No. You didn't have to say yes. The second rule of secretaries, never decline an offer from your boss's guest, but even the smallest trifle might tell our relationship. How many rules are there? Mr. Tannen gave me a booklet that is 2 centimeters thick. At some point it becomes a book and not a booklet. 2 centimeters is around the point. I'm trying to gauge the nearby books I have. That's bigger than the Left Hand of Darkness. That's definitely a book. That's just a book with poor bindings if it's still a booklet. This is very cute art though. I love it when they do art that is for like happy friendship scenes and not someone getting a building dropped on them or profound emotional suffering. It just makes me so happy. We've got to have some happy art occasionally. However, the most important one, and the one that I memorized first, was do whatever it takes to carry out your orders, for no one will listen to your excuses. Don't force yourself to eat it. Thank goodness. I mean, thank you for the hospitality. Roll 424,342. If your boss says it's a booklet, then it's a booklet. If I say a book is a booklet, will that make it less intimidating and more willing for you all to read it? Can I suggest incredible booklet, Jonathan Stranger's novel? It's a good booklet. It's a really good booklet, some might say. I have a rule of my own, although it's a bit simpler. What is it? I was born in Casdale. The first rule I learned there is that food is precious, and no one may lie before it. You're holding my lunch, Monsieur, so kindly tell me the truth. What exactly does Mr. Tannen want to discuss with me? Can I suggest the incredible booklet called Every Arknight Story Ever Written? That might be longer. Gosh. I wonder. Do you think they'll ever release just like a book of the Arknight story? Oh, maybe like a screenplay of it? I would buy that. I would definitely buy that. If you say booklet, people will assume small, therefore I can leave it for later and read it at one sitting. It's more so that I think if I say booklet, people may find it less intimidating and be more willing to start reading it. At least that was my delusion, that I could trick people into reading a 1000-page book. It's a very good 1000-page book, but it is 1000 pages. I would grab that, it'd be so good. I wouldn't buy it because US shipping adds €100, but I would read it. Yeah, I really considered buying some of the recent merch when the English art book 2, I think, came out again, or came back into stock. But the shipping was going to be almost 2/3 of the order's price over again, and so I'm going to wait until I know a few other people in the UK who like arknights. And so I'm gonna wait until we all want to buy merch and then split the shipping and collect it and like split it between us when we see each other at a convention or like a board games event. This is my devious plan. I'm excitedly waiting to buy the £40 book. I'll buy the £40 book. I just can't justify the £50 shipping. I want to buy the Terror book, but no way with the shipping price. Yeah, I'm hoping that if I keep going, my hope is with how popular Enfield is, there might be like a general Arknights panel or pop-up at some of the big conventions in the UK. So like London MCM maybe next year, and they might have some physical merch for Arknights as well as Enfield there. Honestly, that might convince me to go to MCM again if they do. I really don't want to pay the shipping fee. Okay, reporting in. The I'm a little bit concerned about what this nice scientist has on her horns. They look kind of like the coils that you use to attract electricity. Why am I floating upside down? Sorry, what's stream avatars? Did I do this? Did one of my mods figure out how to do this? What has occurred? How long have I been there? Does anyone know how to put me down? I don't. Okay. I didn't fix that, but I'm glad I'm out now. Okay. Computers are deterministic and act as expected. I would pay you for a copy of Telebook, I think? Well, yeah. I know from when I used to be in like fandoms for things, it was mostly for Japanese or like StarCraft things for something shipping from Korea. It would be really expensive to get. It's not super uncommon to like group plan and order together, but it does require an amount of like in-person contact or distribution of addresses, which can be very spooky. Finally an early stream? Yeah, good morning Vodka. Maybe it happens more often on a Monday, we'll see. Morning. Wait, I suppose this is actually a good time zone for you. It is 11:37 PM here? What do you mean by early? I'm perturbed by your sleep schedule. Holy moly, are you going to bed soon? Surely. Because you normally wake up around 7 hours from now, I think. At least when... It is at stage that I know people's rough sleep schedules based on when they appear in stream. Oh no. It's morning for me? Wait, what time is it for you, Val? Trying to recall. 11:37 AM for me. We're perfectly on opposite sides. Mods and balance of time zones as all things should be. It's the 11 AM for me too, yeah? Oh, nice! I didn't realize you and Dust were on the same time zone. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. That's why I keep missing Steam, because it's 4 AM for me. I like doing the daytime streams. I can only do them when I'm not working naturally, but I'm gonna try and do more of them. Because if I stream later, I'm inclined to stream to just before I have to fall asleep, and then I can't sleep because I find streaming very, like, energizing. Might not be the right word, but it's a social activity, and so I need a while to decompress after. So doing it and then having a few hours of like, oh, I need to cook dinner before I go to bed, I think works really well for me. If we place a slice of bread on the ground, we can make a sandwich with the earth. Is two people putting slices of bread on the ground an earth sandwich? Yeah? I feel like there's some argument that the filling of the sandwich needs to be contained within its borders, but that would be hazardously substantial bread. And you have those like chicken sandwiches where the chicken sticks out, you know, for the breaded chickens. Okay, I'm distracted. Reporting in. The core concept of this project is a perfectly perfect combination of zero-G simulation and wine tasting by substituting gravity with centrifugal force. You may spin, but your wine won't. Okay. Come to the Lucky Christabel's floating revolving bar, where it's not just the wine that'll make your head spin. I feel like spinning with altered gravity and consuming citrus alcohol would be a cause for an upset stomach, but maybe that's just the flu symptoms speaking. I don't know. No need to read me the marketing copy. I'm just here to assess and ask questions from an engineering perspective. Where's the other tester? Any feedback from the rectifications? Vomit. Aha! Aha! My genius was not misplaced. Oh, and then collapse. He didn't sleep well last night. We passed the recheck, didn't we, Mr. Jaeger? We went to our permit revoked? The Lucky Christabel's floating revolving bar does not meet the requirements, whether based on the engineering reports or tester feedback. We would love to solve the technical issues of unstable power supply, but we need time. You had 3 days, in accordance with the rule of Propeller Paradise. But it takes at least 5 days for the developers to discuss the solution. I love corporate infrastructure. Propeller Paradise has many corporations as there are cars on the crossroads of Tremont Square. Every driver has somewhere to be, but no one pleads to the traffic lights. There must be another way. I know. We hired close to 100 testers. We could fire them and hire more researchers with the money. But you promised us yesterday. Shut up. I've reviewed the registration details for Lucky Crystal Beast. You are a grocer in a small town. You lack the professional knowledge for levitation technology research, even if the banks have relaxed the loan criteria for businesses in the aerial sector. We stand upon Terra's first and only floating plate. Everything here must be worthy of it. Please don't sell her off that ticket. I put my life savings into the Lucky Sister Beast. Please. Well, that doesn't bode well. That's it? I'll be back to clean Trimad's office building windows in a couple of days. More vomit? Okay. Go on, barf your heart out. At least we got a taste of life in the sky. You won't have anything to throw up when you get back to the frontier, back to the cold and hunger. Skip the technical inspections before opening? Absolutely not. Is no one gonna pass the technical inspections? How much of this event is just making fun of like AI funding? Am I too? Everyone on Propeller Paradise is racing against the clock to get across the finish line. Mr. Tanner believes that the delay to the project caused by inspections will compromise Propeller Paradise's opening. In addition, reducing the amount of communication you have to conduct with other tech firms will allow you to devote more of your time to your lab research. Mr. Tannen has your best interests at heart. My best interests? I spent years wandering the frontier when I first came to Columbia, building houses for pioneer teams and killing bandits from the caravans. Life was hard, and I finally got my big break. If I had someone like Gordon Tannen with my best interests at heart, handling everything I wasn't comfortable with, that would have been very fortunate, I'm sure. I would have died out there, in the wilderness, I'm sure. Ooh! There's not really a secretarial response to that, is there? Besides, what he really wants isn't for Rome to forfeit control over technical inspections. How do you know? You imitate his negotiating style too well. The traps and pitfalls are obvious. I'm not a cultist. I'm not in the habit of diving into holes. Spit it out. What does he really want? He was as astute and decisive as you said you were. In that case, I'm sure you understand that while Mr. Tannen is in charge of Propeller Paradise's overall administration, it is mine that has a stronger hold on public opinion. He doesn't need any accidents at such a critical juncture, nor can he afford one. Therefore, he has put together a list based on project progress and asks we perform the inspections in this order. Surely if the success and stability of a project is like a necessity based on your financial investment, then you would want the scary competent woman to do the thorough technical inspections and not to skip past them. Surely skipping the inspections increases the likelihood of something going wrong and causing an embarrassment. This way, these inspections will have a minimal impact on the progress of individual projects and minimize the chances of conflict, setting aside the issue of engineering control. The less hassle for you, the less hassle for him. Da da da. I won't try to speculate about Han's intentions of the order. We have a compromise. Give me the list. Thank you for your understanding, Director Linai. I won't trouble you any longer. No, stay around. Hang out. We can give you food that isn't masonry. One last question. Which rule were you following in the negotiation just now? The 12th. Know your boss and communicate his intentions with absolute faithfulness when negotiating. Be yours personal representative. However... Yes? Before I came, Mr. Tan stressed how difficult the head of Fine Lab's engineering section was. I packed blankets because I thought I'd have to spend the night in front of your office. But that's not what I see. You don't need concern from other people, and you're used to cutting through the problem in the most direct way possible, but you still care about people. Which is why I now have the time to enjoy my lunch in peace, something that I have not had in a long time. Thank you. Okay, that's an hell of a dot dot dot. I feel like that would have broken some secretarial rules. I don't know. Mechanics. Okay, I'm excited to finally see him. Did I forget to bring Flametail? I forgot to bring Flametail. Where the floor is not entirely where I anticipated it to be. Units inside can block aerial enemies when levitating. Can I move them? If all the enemies fly, I'm gonna have a tough time with Dorothy as one of my main DPSs. Where floor? I asked the same thing. Where is the floor? I suppose it makes sense given Nasty's kit. Wait. If it's aerial only units, that means Surfer... I think you official stun hits aerial units? Click. Lin. Are the only units who could deal damage this event? Wait. And Contrail, obviously, but Scavenger, Lutendada, Dust Concrete Baby, Ashlock, and Gravel are all ground only units, I think. Okay, they're still blocked by ground units. They don't have the Contrail shenanigan. That makes me feel marginally better. I need Lynn on S1 then for this event. Can I move these guys? I'm a bit confused how they work. Are you dropping bread? Are you a hostile toaster? Okay. Took me a little bit to learn how to see it properly. Yeah, differentiating the floor is gonna be a little bit confusing at times, I fear. Gosh. This is gonna be evil for some niche knights. I feel like it's not actually that bad for Zalax, because Lynn is missed my damage anyway, but... Even when the mechanic makes everyone counter? Oh, is there a like specific workaround for the fact that the units are flying but blocked by ground units? Is it a like pseudo control skill? Because I just assumed that they were the like flying creatures from old, where they're not truly on a different elevation path and they still get blocked like regular units. I'm gonna have a bite of food. I keep ordering from the same taco place because it has quick delivery, and then getting the food and remembering that the actual taco shell that they use, I don't know what the name for it would be. The like wrap, the ones they use are really bad. It's really bad. They disintegrate. There's way too much flour in them. I think dissatisfactory. I might just have it as like a salad and take the wrap bit out, which is not what you want. Okay. Since everyone flies, control can perma-slow every single enemy. Oh, neat. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna suffer with the damage more than usual. Okay. Andrew, did they hit you again? Hey, why are we? What's this fresh new angst? Okay. Call me Sky? But you gave yourself the name. Mum and Dad said, don't bring them into this. What have they ever done for us, except use us as punching bags? They don't get to decide my name. I swept floors for 6 years at TIT, and you stopped on every course so that I wouldn't turn out like those 2 piles of garbage. But... And you, don't you have anything better to do than put nagging notes in my bag? It's not like I don't know how to eat. These people are here again. They won't just quit it, will they? Stay behind me. You all high and mighty wearing the light coat, eh? You and that little person that will be slumdogs no matter what you are. You muse beast in a ditch? You wouldn't know greatness if... What's going on with this chapter? Okay, you wouldn't know greatness if I hit you in the face. Say that again, I dare you. Andrew. Oh! Well... That is very cool. Why is it so bright outside? That's a silly question to say. I'm assuming that it's synced up with night and day. But when when there was the kind of final images from Lone Trial before Mulzai came back to Earth, it looked like it was dark in space. Is this just damage light? I understand from takeoff, but I wasn't expecting sunlight to break through the sky, or other form of light. What is that? Catastrophe? Catastrophe, my butt. It's called exploration progress. The young man, all bruised up, looks up at the sky. He forgets that he's in a dark and dirty alley with a scared little girl behind him. He cannot help but go after the ray of light in the sky. Oh. Oh, hi, Yuki. Hello. I'm doing okay. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but we're just gonna read slowly. How have you been doing? It's been so long since I see you. Yeah, I've not been able to stream a huge amount recently, so I've not been able to see people much. But hopefully, at least the next few days, there'll be a fair few streams since I'm trying to finish the current Arknights event. I got to do. It's always the like little surprise book thing. It's so funny to me whenever Kai stops by and they redeem a book and it's like book number 12 because they always forget unless they're co-hosting book club. I wonder how many books I have. I do whenever I'm testing it. This is gonna be a low number and it's gonna make me look like I haven't tested it much. 9. Not too bad. Could be worse. Okay, I'm doing fine. I'm glad. Aren't you worried for Control? Like she ever needs this toy. We're going the same way, and that's all we are. We can only play our parts and then pray she's lucky. If one day Castel 2 hangs from the firmament, then I'll engrave your name into my stairs. Excuse me, Mal. Can you tell me about the one who went into the sky? Who was that? Oh, Kristen. Her name was Kristen Wright. That was a little bit bare bones as a description, but okay. Why is my nose so itchy? Can foods make your nose itchy? Could that be a thing? Lucky City Beast, food and beverage will cancel their registration tomorrow, Director. They didn't pass the recheck? Not even close. They were one of the first corporations that made the transformation to get into the Propeller Paradise, riding on Sky Fever when review criteria was less strict. What will happen to the testers they hired? Their boss can't tell a motor from a transformer. I bet he just saw the name Propeller Paradise as an opportunity to get rich quick. What are you asking? Nothing. You seem to like the name. I should just call it Galeria Stellaria. I know you didn't approve of publicizing Ryan Lab's technological legacy. I have no intention of criticizing the acting control's decision, but overly conservative decision-making will only cause us to lose the respect we deserve. Countless tech firms have appeared out of nowhere, based on nothing but speckles of data. That's a new measurement. I was about to respond to say hello to the new person who picked up a book, but it was me. Oh dear, okay. It's been an hour of streaming, I'm allowed to go mad by now, right? Okay. Based on nothing but speckles of data, the Vine Lab that shone upon millions of Colombians is now an educational toy accessible to everyone above the age of 5. space, and universe are the buzzwords on every Colombian's lips, but few remember that they came from Kristen's experimental logs that were made public. No one is truly commemorating her, not even you, Director Lunoi. Oh. According in retrospection of historians' work, our job is to analyze and validate data and follow a path that is effective and proven. And what has come of the data and path? Over the past couple of years, Wine has acquired a dozen smaller labs, making the progress in projects large and small, with notable exception of Kristen's legacy. At this exhibition, we'll publish Rhyme's subsequent research into Galarius Stellaria for the first time, putting second-rate tech firms in their place, returning to the realm of aerial exploration in the public eye. I know the vivarium was built on the data transmitted down from the Rhine lab, and that the development of the plant-based energy transmission system represents a monumental milestone in engineering design. Nurturing spouts, paving botanical units, technical inspections, all of these are for the sake of progressing our experiments, but is the vivarium really enough when it does not even get its day in the sun from the pre-expo? This means Mulzai's gotta be here working, right? Surely. I know it said she was back in Kiev, I think, but like, you can't build a space vivarium without her. That's just mean. Please tell me, Dr. Lunoi, Wine has bigger goals, don't we? Like how no one knew Kristen was going to pierce the sky before the night she did. That night over Trimonts was a long time ago. Get to inspecting the next company. Take note of the change in order. Yes, ma'am. Guy? I know how you feel, and I know Kristen was the one who inspired you to join us. Many people looked up to the sky that night. Not everyone chose to chase it. Don't forget what made you take the first step. I'll prepare the inspection documents. Dot dot dot. Every time a new environment appears, I'm just like, this is a chance for Mulzai to sorry. Here's your pass, agreement form, and business directory. Once again, I welcome you and your team on behalf of Propeller Paradise. Next, can I help you? I'm cancelling my business registration. What's the name of the business? Lucky Crystal Beast Food and Beverage. You'll be dismissing 82 testers, correct? Yes, I have the files in my own hand. Thank you. One moment, please. Did the shadow moon fall on my head or something? Why was I so sure I would make my money back that I hired 82 amateurs with no corporate experience? Every company does the same thing. Why does it have to be Lucky Crystal Beast that gets the axe? A million gold certificates down the drain, just cause you're a little bit slow at dealing with problems? You gotta be kidding me. How did the one boot Shadow Moon Real Estate solve the stupid 3D levitating boundary marker technical issue? That bunch of cobblers. She reminds me of the bank manager from Jessicat event. Is it the same NPC? It's very similar. I feel like the hair color is different. Oh, and I'm remembering more about like gingery brown hair, but that might be wrong. I might be off. I'm gonna try and remove my disintegrating taco. I'm so grumpy about this. I need to remember to order from a different place next time. Okay. Your request has been processed, Mr. Aspen. The Propeller Paradise hotline will remain available until the end of the day. Okay. However, the If you have any certain special needs, like one Boot Shadow Moon Real Estate did, we can help you with that. What do you mean? The smiling staff member takes out the business directory of virtually everyone in Propeller Paradise and points to a phone number. No name, no address, just an unremarkable phone number hidden among thousands, as tiny as Aspen's hope. One phone call to this number is gonna solve all my problems? Lucky City Beast won't have to leave Propeller Paradise? Correct. This isn't gonna go well. Then I want to withdraw my termination and the cancellation of registration. No need to worry. The registration of Lucky Beast has not been cancelled. However, you do not need to withdraw the termination of your testers. This phone call will completely solve your problems. You won't need those people anymore. A miracle or a scam? Gee, I wonder which. Screw it. Anything to stay up here. Wait, is the background music at a good volume? I can't tell, because there was like weird background noise effects of phone dialing there. I'm still so confused. Why, if in high altitude the lizard man doesn't have a bag over his head, what would prompt him to be lizard in bag? Like, surely, and it's a bag filled with water, and this is, I suppose there's clouds, but I'm a bit bamboozled when he gets bagged. Okay, Mr. Tannum. Let me guess, nasty receptacle, but you accepted the list and agreed to the proposal? Volume seems good? Okay, nice. Yes, I checked the engineering department's inspection schedule for today, and it's in exactly the order you proposed. But how did you know? I don't know what she is gonna choose. All I know is that I'm the apex of my life right now, and everything is going my way. Oh dear. You're in good spirits. It's gonna take more than a wine director to move the needle. Open the ladder on the table. From the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Units and Originum to Mr. Gordon Tannen. Congratulations on your appointment as Chief Executive of Propeller Paradise. 2 pages? I've never seen a congratulations letter this long before. The reassignment letter that I got 6 months ago on the border was 2 lines. Everyone thinks the Ato is a sweet gig, but I didn't get to embezzle anything from the savages in Sami or the tribals in the Sangonian rainforest. The old fucks hated me, and the rest of the Ato turned up their noses at me. Now? He's retired and I'm promoted. Things sure can change in a hurry, don't they? Why do we have the embezzling lizard in a bag instead of the cute secretarial woman with the projection camera as the event person? It's still light out, but happy occasions like this calls for a toast. Yes, champagne, sir. Well done, Mary. You made some progress in your time with me, whether we're talking about nasty or this glass. Pull one for yourself. Thank you, sir. However, the rules are quite clear on not drinking on the job. Nonsense. I pulled the manual up to my house. In that case, would you like to say a few words? Yeah. The exhibition 6 days from now is just the start. My opening address will be the toast of all Columbia. Every rocket will have my face on it. The largest district in the Shadow Moon will be named after me. Why, in Atto, the district, no one's ever gonna tell Gordon Tannen what to do. That'll be my Propeller Paradise. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I'm pretending that's an echo, okay. Bottoms up. Who are you? Here for the party? Hello, are you the Chief Executive of Propeller Paradise? Okay, newly appointed guide for Propeller Paradise. I'm supposed to report to Mr. Gordon Tannen? He looks so startled. Garden tenant spits the champagne out of his mouth? It's a little bit impolite. Okay. Ooh, a bottle of soda, an advertising pamphlet, and a heart that yearns for wings. Let's go. I forget how Colosseum works. I think. Wait, I've got his name on, haven't I? Never mind, he went up here at the bottom. We're now on Paradise's levitation layer. Note the various shapes and sizes of the levitation zones. They are the main focus of the experiments here. Both ground operators and high operators can stand on the levitatable zones and block aerial targets, but these zones have a very limited weight capacity. Interesting. Balloons are a levitable zone main source of buoyancy. Note how many balloons are hooked up to a levitatable zone. That's how many operators it can carry? Wait, so are all the operators equal weight? I assumed it would have scaled by block. Or the actual, like, pushable weight. Though I suppose that's only for enemies. Oh, I'm gonna pour myself another drink. Okay. Soda keg. Cardigan! I'm in the sky! I'm all the way up high! I see a target coming this way and I'm gonna block it! Cardigan, watch out! You're in a levitable zone with only one balloon mounted. Its load capacity is maxed out of one person, and that's you! Oh! Whoa! I'm out of the sky now! The balloon just got blown away! Thunder! I feel like that's kind of an underreaction, I'm gonna be honest. Sound is ifrit but bad? Okay, okay. I feel like I've never really learned how to use ifrit subclass of caster. It just seems so awkward. Due to safety concerns, each time a levitable zone is raised or sinks, operators deployed aboard will immediately redeploy. Operators' HP and SP will carry over, though any skills that were active will be reset. Alright, that's the primer for me. Let's get in gear and see the levitation experiment through. Everyone, oof, if only they didn't forget to give volunteers bath bags. Oop. You think with all the times she was attached with, I don't know. I feel like she was around when Blaze kept jumping off buildings, and that would make me assume some degree of like resilience or general chillness about the high spaces. The subclass is quite hard to use because she's only the really good one. The 4-star's quite nice though. Okay, this doesn't... Okay, as long as they stay on the platform, they still count. This is gonna be weird to keep track of, okay.
Mission accomplished. 皆さん、今回のお薬の効き目はどうで？いえ、帰ってからまたお聞きします。
She's afraid of heights? Weird! Okay, that is scratching something in my memory. I half remember this. Because of the helicopter ride with her and Nell? I remember this dialogue. I remember chapters 1 to 3. Mostly that one slug stage. Ifrit herself just needs a single tile and she is set. I don't entirely know what that means, but I've heard that Ifrit is strong. I just have not built her. Accidents are acceptable to Propeller Paradise, so long as they bring significant scientific progress, so long as they came from Columbia. Concerning ethos, One of the best mechanics around IMO, for example, if a platform gets moved, your official counts as redeployed, so she stuns again. No. Okay, I gotta make sure to bring Flametail this time. I guess I swap her Ashlock since she won't be able to hit anyone ever. Okay, I'm gonna finish off the first of the tackle. Oh, take my name if you want, but you didn't have to steal my entire past. How dare you slander me? I wrote this entire application myself. Can you recite it from memory? How am I supposed to pull something I wrote a year ago from memory? Oakley, born in Bunker Hill, graduated from Trymont's College of Arts and Science, previously worked as a guide in the Human Development and Technological Innovation Department of the District Convention Center. Innovation is misspelled. You! Damn you! If I didn't lose my terminal and CV... Wait, is that the identity theft? Gordon's head has never hurt so badly. The holes in the onboarding process are obvious upon further inspection, but the real question is... why would she impersonate a guide? Is she a Lithuanian spy? A DOD agent? DOD? Department of Defense? I've got no other acronyms. Okay. A pair of eyes that DC is keeping on him. The imposter's already made contact with many corporations at this preview exhibition. Dealing with her now means broadcasting his negligence to the whole country. You got it? I'm so smart. Okay, nice. Besides, Gordon has no idea how much she knows, and whether she has ill intentions towards him or Columbia. Gordon does not dare think about it any further. Your gaze wanders when you speak, your voice is trembling, and you talk without rhyme or reason. I doubt Mr. Tanner would want such an Oakley to handle promotional work. Don't bring Mr. Tanner into this, I tell you. Shut up. Perhaps you need a little time to calm down, Mr. Oakley. Come with me to the reception room, to rest a while. Oakley number 1 just runs away. Oh, no. Oakley number 1 confronts the problem head on. Mr. Talon, Listen up, I just pulled your activity records in the park here. It won't be hard to figure out just who you are. One more line, I'm throwing you off this plate. It won't matter who you are or where you're put on the ground 600 meters down. You get me? I thought he meant firing, not the murder with added aerial threat. Okay. Now talk. Who are you? A guide? You got balls, I'll give you that. The kind of guide the tourists need. My name is Fern. I'm a tour guide. My apologies, Mr. Oakley. Mr. Tanner will make sure that this matter is dealt with promptly. Do you believe me now? Of course. You can reach me through this terminal if you need anything. Now get some rest. I'll be going. Hello. Done. Read the room and avert potential risks for your boss. Another role for secretaries. It's kind of strange to have a secretary who sticks to all the rules and a boss that sticks to none of them. You said Oakley got himself drunk a month ago after a breakup, and he gave you his resume instead of contact info, which gave you a chance to sneak into Propeller Paradise under his identity? That's why. Your client was an old banshee who somehow got lost in the bleached wasteland. Her memory was hazy and it was too difficult to communicate with her. Wait! I know that banshee! Yes. You suspect that she was ill, and you're asking around under the guise of a guide to make her journey a smooth one, which is why you look like you were up to something? Exactly! You spent a whole month here. You know this is no ordinary place. If you're a foreign spy, the military will take you in for questioning, torture, and you'll never again see the light of day. If you're an agent of the Department of Defense, DC won't let you off the hook. They'll disavow, distort, and even dispose of you, all for the sake of tipping the scales on their side. If you're a district plant, then you've learned too much, and ought to tell me plenty of ways to help you forget. Uh-oh. But you're just a tour guide who cares for a client. You're a good person. And Columbia will do good by a good person. You're gonna press charges? I don't think it's the charges you should be worried about. People already found out the specific type of bird the Mercia is? Wait, really? What type of bird is she? People are impressive? You gotta respect the knowledge pooling of devotion to anime women brings. It's an incredible resource. A black-crowned knight heron? That is more words than I expected in an animal's name. Let me have a look. The first image when I search them is just one of them like seeming to be yapping, and it's very funny to me. Mouth open at like 60 degrees, it's kind of impressive. Believe me, I'd love to, but too many corporations have noticed your performance at the pre-expo. You deal with the problems and get lost before they find out who you are. The longer you stay, the more I have to compensate the poor guy whose name you stole. If all you want to do is clear the mind of your Banshee client, I can help. You know about Banshees? I know how to solve your problem. Don't trust the man who just went to murder you. No! Bad life decision. Okay. Floating botanical unit connected. Bioelectrical signal detected. Charging drive unit. Phew, that was the smoothest these experiments have gone, isn't it? Bag him, Khan. Bag him. Bag him, let's go. Her dyeing makeup matches the eye color of the bird, so I believe it. I can see it, I can see it. I kind of expected a bird with more dramatic plumage since she has all the like accessories and background decorations, but no, this voice, the short circuit protection is kicked in. Unravel. Unravel? Oh. Things not going to plan? You shouldn't touch an overloaded converter with your bare hands, Director. Looks better than an incantation. How are the readings? By exhibition standards, technology for high-altitude energy transformation through plants is sufficiently mature. By the standards of your expectations for the project, however, not good enough. The energy transmission threshold for floating botanical unit falls short of the theoretical values. Well, it's naturally going to fall short of the theoretical values because it's not going to be an efficient system when first developed. It's going to be to what degree it falls short. That's the evaluation point, I would assume. I'd have to assume. That prickly, forty kid who would chill out a bit if you just said as much to him. This guy is inexperienced, but he was right about one thing. This vivarium is Christian's legacy, and we owe it to her to do our best. You're always stubborn, going back to when we dug out the shaft together 5 years ago. You pulled an all-nighters to ensure its structural integrity, enchanting the core materials and incantations. Nothing could get you to take a break, not even your favorite gummy worms. Aww. I like the little kind of side anecdotes of the cultural significance of food, Nasty. I think it is neat. Another taco is disintegrated. I'm so grumpy. How can you be a taco restaurant and have bad tortilla suppliers? Okay. If you want to go fin catching, do it at Lake Silligan, assuming I approve your leave, of course. From gummy worms to Bix, I think her food got demoted. Yeah, no perks of being director, I suppose. Besides, I worked so many hours just because I was inefficient. I learned to write curses too late. My incantations suffer in strength and precision compared to my kindred, because they rely on sound as the sole medium. Is that why you modified your burn pen to use a hole punch paper tapes to supplement your casting? I took a lot of wrong turns. Nasty takes out her burn pen, a plain, unornamented object resembling fine technological creations. She inserts it into the sprawling sapling in the vivarium, and a white glow rises from its roots through the branches into every leaf. It is as though a command has been entered into the whole vivarium. The terminals begin to execute programs, automatically recording plant energy conversion data. Such an efficient programming language, your incantations. Then we should make more efficient decisions at this bottleneck, despite the risks. Do you mean rewire the report again? Thank you for your work. Yes, ma'am. I don't know what rewiring the report means. Hello, this is the Rhine Vivarium Lab. Hello, Director Lunary. Mr. Tannen has asked me to express his gratitude to your reasonable accommodation that led to the successful cooperation last time. There are some follow-up matters to be discussed. Do you have time this afternoon? Yes. Excellent. I will see you at the Vivarium in an hour. Ride the whipway to the Flying Donut Station, then take the ring corridor. I'm in the right place, aren't I? It's dark in here. Where's the light? Good heavens. Where am I? What are these? They look like the Klingon weapons from the early Star Trek. You know, the like hand gauntlets the dwarf would use when sparring sometimes? It's kind of scary. Good heavens, where am I? Intruder alert! Intruder alert! A fish with 5 hands and a tie. And a top hat. Can't forget the top hat. Okay. Activating bioscan. Analyzing results. Species term. Sex male. Threat level pending. A talking fin beast? Mind your words, foolish term. I am Spacefin 054. State your universe ID number immediately. Universe ID? Your corporate name, nitwit. Oh, lucky Sisti-based food and beverage. Ah, so you're the partner that the Sky Conqueror is expecting. How unfortunate that I won't get the chance to test my laser cannons. Don't touch anything, the supervisor will be here momentarily. Supervisor? What the heck? Okay. FIFO, make sure you speak like an extraterrestrial entity next time you do the client explanation thing. Aye, sir. Mr. Tannen? Shh, don't huff and puff. The polite thing to do when you stand in a collection of unique curiosities, the likes of which you cannot find anywhere else on Terra, is to admire it with your eyes. Look at the wall on your right. 5 years ago, I confiscated the possessions of a pioneer trying to illegally cross the border and found an unusual water circulation filtration system in his trailer. He helped me find the car component in exchange for looking the other way. When the universe is assembled, I identified it as a locus of sorcery, a Sarkaz witchcraft weapon? My goodness, it must be dangerous. Turn around and look behind you. This is the Trident Arts unit from Lathianen, created by the Witch King cultists, wanted to amplify arts output so they could rip apart the fabric of reality and summon their master. Scary things happening in Lathianen. Okay, scary things. Kinda crazy, sure, but its conversion efficiency is 50 times the max allowed by Propeller Paradise regulations. Even an onion could fly with it. Wait, so you solved Wombid's technical issues with contraband? Contraband? Ada made up the stupid rule about only using parts made in Colombia. I don't know, and I don't care about the reasons behind the decisions. All I know is these rules are un-Colombian. They restrict scientists and force entrepreneurs to lie. There was a single humble ATO officer who imported inventions from across Terra into Propeller Paradise, forming the heart and soul of 1/3 of all levitating facilities here. 1/3? You've run hundreds of smuggling operations without getting exposed? Every transaction, every deal has gone on without a hitch under my management. Not even my secretary Mary knows my secrets. Well, actually, no, I'm glad Mary isn't involved in contraband. Oh wait, an advertisement's happening. Aw, heck. Well, I'm gonna put the AFK deniers up and sprint to get a drink. I may be back before the end. Sorry about that, I didn't see them start. Okay, be right back. Okie. Well. Should I get back and recover the last bit? It's probably fine. Alrighty, I think tentatively. Potato! Wait, is potato working today? Do we have functional vegetable sound effects? I think aspirationally I'm out of... no? What is going on with the angles today? That's better. Okay, I think I should be out of ad jail. No! We're just gonna have to accept that I'm slouching a little. I'm not. I've got good posture, I promise. But non-potato. Wait, let me. Where I would expect the potato to come from the general Twitch alert audio thread. No potato. Potato. Okay. I don't know why that's broken again. That's inconvenient. I need time to think about this, Mr. Tannen. Lucky Sister Beast has 1 day left, and I got other things on my plate. I'll give you 5 seconds. Lucky Sister Beast has got a Mongol heart. I'll let it die to your student pride. Choose. Dun 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 dun.
時間です。そろそろ出発しますね。
Okay.
ルールを破った人間を見せしめにしてやらないかね。
I think I need to put click here. I should have swapped Lynn's settings. Okay.
やっちゃおっか。
I need to stop these guys getting here because they'll push the little levitating devices off and cause me immense life problems. Who are you?
トラックを起動した方がいいかしら。
I didn't see this entrance, I got scared.
絶対近づかせないってみんなに約束したんだから。
Is this all one unit? It's a bit hard to tell with these few.
背後の影には気をつけることね。ドクターの言う通りにみんなどいて。
Oh!
天候は安定しており、見晴らしも良好。飛行の準備ができた。
Okay. I am marginally concerned about how some of this is progressing.
行くのは私だけでいいよ。大勢だと現地の人たちに敵意を持たれるかもだから。
Does the attack?
みんなと一緒に。
お前にかける情けはない。
I think this should be fine. The fact that Honeyberry is her healing's getting outdone by a toaster. I feel affirms my need for another healer in Zalex.
飛行の準備に乱れが生じている。
Yo. Get him, Kantel, you can do it.
クズだ。
ドクターの言う通りにみんなどいて。治療法を見つけた。
Whoa! Will you get hit by the backlash damage from Lynn's ability? I'm kind of assuming Dorothy's gonna get beaten up here. Very sorry, Dorothy.
新たな挑戦ね。
What? Why are you going backwards and forwards? What's going on?
あなたを逃がすに足る条件を提示してちょうだい。ないの。残念ね。指揮する人がいるって不思議な感じね。指揮する人がいるって
You keep going invisible?
呼吸を整えてリラックスして。
What's going on? Was that the last enemy? Oh, never mind. Everything's fine.
Mission accomplished.
Those guys eat SP? Rude! Dorothy died? I love Dorothy, but without the explosives, she is maybe not as impactful as I hope. Usually. Alright, this is Director Lunui, Minup's youngest ever Doctor Lights Pharmacist right-hand woman and supervisor of the Vivarium Propeller Paradise Engineering Department. Wait, I assumed because banshees can live to be several hundred years old, the Nasty was like at least 80 or something. Is she young? I may have been tricked by the gold hair and the like Sarkaz features. It's so hard to guess how old Sarkazes are. Wow. Of all the other directors, just been 200 and she's still 180. And supervisor of the Vivarium Propeller Paradise Engineering Department? Is this the follow-up matter that you were talking about, Monsieur? Well, yes. A guide can improve communication in the engineering department and promotional efforts with the Vine Vivarium, avoiding another frosty reception for Vine, like what happened at the preview. I hear the botanical units floating above Propeller Paradise get their lift from incantations rather than propellers? Not entirely. Incantations do not use sound as the medium, need to be combined with machinery to maintain operation. Your burn pen must be extremely important to you. Will losing it have negative consequences such as memory loss or illness? Smooth detective Fern. She's younger, about as old as Logos? Really? I may have just got tricked by a confident woman in grey hair in anime style into thinking that she was older. Suffer. I assume older than Lucas, but not old? Okay. My brain's gone smooth. I think back in hope to the delightful woman who won the cafe bar diner in the Jessica event. And that she's playable now. Lowly, they will appear. Helena, my beloved. Code shot? Yes. Operator name and name. The burn pen is just a tool. It does not have physiological effects. How do you relieve stress and recover your energy outside of work? ... Does a full course horn treatment help you to relax? Which brand of horn care products do you recommend? May I touch your horn and see how well it works? We're asking questions that have nothing to do with our work. I'll have a researcher take you through the vivarium to answer any questions you may have. But there's some things that I need to speak with Monsieur about alone. My voice hurts. Oh no. Okay. What is Gordon planning this time? Why do you ask? Mr. Tanner understands the line's current circumstances may give competitors certain ideas, and he does not wish to see it impact their inspection efforts. He has the best of intentions. I thought he already trained his consciousness to that fancy suit. Besides, I have a hard time believing that an official guide would ask such irrelevant questions unless she had ulterior motives to begin with. I'm not making any accusations. I know you have to protect your boss, but you know you can tell me the truth. I agree it's unusual, but I do not think Mr. Tannen is targeting you. Oh, hi, Antax. How's your day been going? How's the spinning going? Explain. We've only just recently come onto a card. There's no reason to put pressure on you a second time in such a short period of time. Mr. Tannen is a careful man. He would have told me about it if he had other intentions, if only to avoid accidents. Unless he's keeping some kind of secret. Dot dot dot. Ooh. Messiah, you're not a very good secretary. I'm really sorry. Okay, personal secrets. He disappears from the office at certain times during the day, every day. At first I thought he was going out to talk to potential investors, but I spoke to an investor a few days ago who complimented Mr. Tannen on getting a contract signed in a single sitting. Yet he said his negotiations with a particular investor were rocky and needed more time. Why are you looking at me like that? You just violated the first rule of secretaries. Yeah! Oh! Besides, you're not as tense as you used to be when going over the clues. Is that so? According to the rules, I should close my ears and mouth and only think about the interests of my boss, but now, I'm not sure what he's thinking. Are you two talking about me? Boo! Lizard without the bag, boo! I'm glad to see the two of you getting along so well. Mary's a shy girl, and I thought she would have trouble making friends outside of work. Mr. Tennant, Is this part of the rules too? You're an hell of a joker, you know that? I hope you're not here for the comedy. I'm here to apologize. I know how exhausting it must be, inspecting thousands of exhibits while preparing your own at the same time. I just wanted to do my part to help. You sent a very professional guide. It's only natural to be nervous when meeting your hero. I never knew I had the fun like that. She must be shy, or maybe you were trying to avoid suspicion. What do you mean? Bring the guide, Mary. I have a few questions about Director Lunary that I'd like to ask her. She's gone, sir. Say what? Director Lunary, nutrition supply to all planters has been cut, but there's no error from the control program, and no signs of hardware damage to the control center computer. It's almost as if the command to control them has been revoked. Yes. The counters that were supposed to supply energy to the planters are now running in reverse. The plants will die in minutes if the commands aren't repaired quickly. No, they've already begun to wilt. Oh no! What kind of plants are they if they die in minutes? Even peace lilies aren't this bad. First the leaves, then the branches, and then the trunks. The greenery that covered the lab walls has peeled off in a matter of seconds. Everyone stops to watch the disaster unfolding before their eyes. They all know what shriveled bony branches signify. It's not just the trees in desperate straits. What are you standing there for? Hurry up and move the saplings for the exhibit. Those are the last ones. Everybody freeze! What? Propeller Paradise Police will take control of the vivarium, effective immediately, and begin an investigation into this incident. No one may approach the equipment until evidence collection is complete. Security. Yes, sir. Put the vivarium on lockdown. Yes, sir. I'm sorry you lost your experiments, Director Lunary, but I have to ensure the safety of Propeller Paradise. Your researchers have to leave the lab until the investigation is complete. I'll get someone else to handle the inspections. When did those guards show up outside the door? Before the alarm sounded, or after? Dun dun dun! I don't know what you're talking about. The researchers can leave. I won't. Your timing is a little too perfect, Gordon. Get him! Poor little plants, yeah! Oh wait. Was Fern just running away because she was stressed? I assume she was a part of the corporate ecological sabotage. Hotfuzz tell me peace lilies unkillable? They're pretty hard to kill, but they like being watered like once every 5 to 7 days in the UK climate normally, but if you wait 8 days, they will look like they'll go from looking perfectly healthy to looking like they are dead within like 12 hours, and then like 20 milliliters of water will completely revive them. They are ridiculous plants. They have no like middling indicator. Their leaves don't shrivel a bit. They all just flop to the ground. It's crazy. Pump pump. Thank goodness. No one's on my tail. Sorry, Mr. Tannen. I have to get back on my promise to meet you in the vivarium. I think I found what I need to help the Banshee. None of those answers the Nasty gave you were helpful though. What? Fern opens up a hand, a white object lying in her palm. No! Fern, why? Why? 10 minutes ago she was walking through the vivarium, thinking about what could help restore an aging Banshee's mind. It must be something that is very important to a Banshee, something that would awaken her interests. A small object inserted into a tree caught Fern's eye, as though ordained by fate. The white surface is covered in esoteric symbols, patterns floating around, and a glowing cardiograph. Its allure is irresistible. Fern has seen similar symbols and patterns before. It's a Banshee's bone pen. Sorry, Director Lunari, but I have to borrow this for a while. I'll return it as soon as my clients are covered. Okay. Wait, the Banshee's in a hotel for you? I thought you were still wandering the moors. What the heck? Okay. A plant that either looks dead or perfect sounds like a heart attack for a new plant owner. When I was a student, the amount of people who would throw out dead peace lilies that were actually alive was ridiculous. I ended up with like 6 of them because I would go to take my bins out and I would see 3 of them there, and I would just put them in the like student kitchen, water them, and they would just be back to looking fine 2 hours later. But because they wilted, everyone just assumed they were dead and threw them out. It's so silly. Okay, my voice is really struggling. I didn't think it would. Okay. No. Hello, sorry to keep you cooped up in the room all day. I think I found a way to restore your memories. No? There's no one in the room. There's no one in the room. Any of the creature treats are any indication that someone used to be here. Wind blows into the room through an open window. A black feather that fell from a horn quivers on the windowsill. She's gone. Out of the window? In the sky? That doesn't bode well. Okay. I don't even know what to do about my voice, but I know unless I get to at least the end of chapter 3, I've got no chance of finishing this event on Wednesday. So we're gonna try and do one more stage, and if I don't really know what to do with helping speaking because it's hurting a little bit, but maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be a short stage, right? Right? Wait. Oh, okay. For a second I thought the story was showed in 2 parts, but okay. Let us continue. Oh, you're very cool. This is what I want to be like when I get old. Big fan of all of the design features. Okay, she's just very cool. She's just very cool. Thank you for the hospitality. You're also pretty cool, but like, not as much, I'm sorry. The pleasure is all mine. It's such a joy to see a banshee these days. Why is that? Makes it easy for me to ask for an elegy when me and my family reach the end of the road. Not much change with Castel, but few banshees come anymore. Our departed kin would find the myriad souls without your guidance. Sorry. I'll do my best. Just kidding. You came to do the visiting tree of yours, right? Is this the bunch? Incantation analysis failed to discover the reason behind its decay. It is the pillar of the entire Banshee race. A friend recommended you, as a child of silent stone, familiar with plants. Please. Let me see what I can do. I'll get some dirt. Can you get a pot from the backyard? If you see any felbeats stealing vegetables, just chase them away. Oh, so this is back in Castel near the furnace? Oh, hi, how you doing? How you doing? I never know how the, IS alternative reality stories tie in with this portion of Castel. Disperse. The foul beast disappears, but the decrepit vegetable garden is not quiet yet. A vegetable sprout vibrates violently in the front of a Riala. And then, a black branch-like horn emerges from the dust-covered leaves. Foul beast stealing vegetables. Yeah. Get lost or I'll rip your head off? Sorry. You shouldn't yell like that. It's bad for your voice. No need to be afraid. I would not hurt a child. No. The young banshee peeks out from behind the leaves, hiding a hard-eaten piece of vegetable leaf behind her back. Don't you dare take my food. If it's your food, what's that in your hand? Before Vale can react, the young banshee has snatched the roosting tree branch from her hand and begins trying to eat it. Pfft, just a stupid branch that's lying in the mud. It stinks. You hungry? Let me see. I made some pastries from the dew caps that grow along the shore of Mist Lake. It's the right season for them. Safer to scour food off the dead. Get away from me. Menacing howl. Wait, the background noise howl was menacing. Holy moly. But also, I thought the conversation was just that there aren't many banshees around anymore. But the kind of ravaging a seemingly abandoned banshee would be an indicator of a large unsettled population? Because I assume with the cultural significance of banshee for the people of Castel for the Sarkas, that if there was one, they would be looked after? You're not scared? Even those big mercs are scared of that sound. That is the sound of the banshees, of our clan. I have not heard the note in the song of the banshees for a long time. Years ago, the last one who sang it. You're the child. You know who taught me the sound? But I've never met you before. We don't come to Castel much these days. Our hometown is a distant valley, a place where trees grow, where fruit hanging from their branches. Hard to find food. You gotta be ready for a beating. But let's say this place you're talking about really exists, where fruit just grows on trees like that. What's the catch? Clever girl. Maybe you should come with me. You belong there. You'll like it. Even if you don't believe it exists. Why should I? Your name is Nasty, isn't it? The baby! Oh no! She's got even drippier! Oh my gosh! Okay. very cool outfit. Nasty the little bean, she's so tiny. Smaller than Potlid. Do you realize how logistically difficult it is to be smaller than Potlid? Oh, precious baby. She needs to be kept safe from the world. Someone put the lizard in a bag. I'm not... No. Okay, okay. Is that the presence of the banshee I sense? And what's that? Wither? Decay? No, Nasty, you... Are you trying to repeat the mistakes of the past? Curious. Is that to say that using the magic of the banshees to grow plants when they're not growing elsewhere? Is that what was inferred by there's always a cost, clever girl? I don't know enough about the banshees within Arknights. Most of the line staff have evacuated the vivarium, sir. Only Nasty and a few researchers are staying behind to organize documents. They don't look happy. Are you happy? The plan wasn't to ruin the whole vivarium. You said the tour guide knew too much about the banshees. This was a chance to expose her and drag Nasty into it. Kill two foul beasts with one stone. It was a rough plan to begin with. Isn't the vivarium accident a convenient excuse to stop line inspections? Convenient? Where do you think we'll find that guide? Oh... I know, Nasty. She would never let something like this happen to the vivarium just accidentally, because there's no way she'd risk the line exhibit, and the exhibit right around the corner. The guide, she was gone before the alarm sounded. She must have done something. It's not enough just to evacuate the researchers. There's a good chance the Nasty's are already onto my plan, and just waiting for evidence. Evidence I can't afford to give her. Tell you meant to find Fern by sundown. Yes, sir. Authentic croaky voice for the male characters coming in stronger. Okay. Oh. Deep breaths, Fern. Maybe she just went off on her own. No. She doesn't even remember why she came to Propeller Paradise. Where on Terra could she go? But if that's not what she did, then someone must have taken her. Who's there? Missy! Okay. I wasn't expecting this development. Okay. Miss? I feel like more explanation is needed than that. Okay. What are you doing here? What are you standing there for? Hurry up and move the saplings for the exhibition. Those are the last ones. All dead? In 5 minutes? Messiah reaches out to touch the withered tree in the middle of the vivarium. She sees a small hole at eye level. A natural cavity. No, a connector. The withered plants, the tree hole, no equipment malfunction. Tell me, what was the branch attached to, and where did it go? It was Fern. I think she should be a detective. I think she would be a much better detective. And I feel like detectives get cooler outfits than secretaries. Maybe I'm being biased by the fact that most detectives appear in period pieces, and I prefer period dress to modern dress. But... Oh, hi Mew! How are you doing? How's your day been going? You took the bone pen from the tree in the vivarium, didn't you? It's plain simple and remarkable. You couldn't have known that it was the key that controls the entire vivarium. It wasn't your intention to sabotage it. Is Mr. Talon waiting outside with his men? I came here alone, miss. I didn't think the responsibility for what happened to the vivarium should fall on your shoulders. I don't know about that. She is the one who destroyed it. I feel like it should kind of should blame the lizard not in the bag first, because he tried to sabotage it, but she's the one who destroyed it. Detective event with playable Messiah and Alta May, please. Wait, that'd be so good. Who would be the like honorable guest? I feel like honorable guest Lady Jessica, but like Jessica in reference to her family's wealth and fortune. And that's something to do with the crime. I just want Jessica to have a nice time. Jessica deserves happiness and has not acquired it in so many events. I'm still so sad about that one mining plant event. That was What do you mean? There are some things I still have to look into, but I suspected that Mr. Tannen has been plotting against Ryan ever since he agreed to help the mysterious Banshee guest for no apparent reason. Whoa. Thank you for the hydrate, guys. Maybe I should stop drinking energy drink. My voice is really hurting. Okay. Either that or his own private interests involved. You suspect your own boss? But he said Columbia would do by a good person. He also said that there's nobody easier to deal with than a good person. Than my client. There's a row of VIP rooms outside Mr. Tone's office. You could try looking there. I hope your client just went out for a walk. I truly do. Uh-oh. Oh, back to Saria punching things? No, okay, just the lab work. Gordon must be behind this. Altering the list of inspections, sabotaging the whole vivarium, putting the wine exhibit on lockdown. What's he gonna do next? Chase us out to Propeller Paradise? There's no problem with our systems or hardware. He sent someone to steal your burn pen. It's not like him. Why are you trying to use logic to explain the actions of a bandit? They don't operate under the same rules as we do, except when they talk officialese. Is that like legalese, but for the official things? Officialese. None of the corporations on Propeller Paradise do. We're closer to the barrier than anyone else. We're different. Countless tech firms fall by the wayside, but the business register rarely gets complaints. Why? Because there's a consensus. In a sky age, the higher you stand, the more respect you deserve. Gordon's interference with our experiments violates Propeller Paradise consensus. You should. You don't want to be bound by the rules, but you still want to exploit them. You're proving the line is not yet ready to reach these heights. What? Stop working and listen up. Everybody, this is about today's incident. How we proceed from here. New plan? Cultivation and I have confirmed the 72 trees waiting to be replanted and 350 saplings and more than 1,000 ungerminated seeds are all dead. The Propeller Paradise police are now in charge of investigating the incident. We don't know how long it will take, but there is no realistic chance that the vivarium can be restored before the exhibition. Senior researchers will have to stay behind and work on the incident report with me. The rest of you can enjoy a little time off. Any questions? Director Lunary, you said that the vivarium was our most important project. The accumulation of the data zone backed by the Ring Lab. Does that mean we failed to protect the last legacy of Galeria Stellaria? Then just rebuild it. I know it won't be there for the big shiny press release day, but so much of this event is about the fraudulent nature of the press release day. You can just rebuild it. It can just be good science to your own schedule, to the schedule of sincere progress. Dismissed. Oh? VIP rooms outside the office area. Here we are. Monsieur had suspicions, but no proof that Mr. Tannen really... Never mind, the most important thing is to find my client. Try to run again, and I'll start breaking bones. There's someone inside. For anyone's sake, quit crying and keep quiet until the end of the exhibition. Oh, my head hurts. Let me get a smoke. Crying's a banshee thing, right? The screaming? Da da da! Cool lady? Please sir, let me go. I won't say anything about Mr. Tannen. Oakley? Oh, what are you doing here? Open your eyes. You're less fun. Sorry. This poor man's got his identity stolen and is now being called blowing. It's okay, it's okay. You're doing great, Oakley Original Edition. The Imposter. I've got a name. It's Fern. Mr. Tan said he was gonna treat you well and pay you compensation. What's going on? Treat me well? He locked me up. And none of this would have happened if you didn't impersonate me. Hey, you're the one who begged me to take your number and resume that night. Tears and snot all over your face. What did you say back then? You're a lonely soul looking for love? Alright, stop. Me and my rotten luck. It's a huge deal letting unauthorized personnel sneak into high security experiment zone. That's why they wanted to shut me up. But how did you get out? I heard the guard say that Mr. Tannen was gonna deal with the troublemaking imposter. I see. Are we dead? I just want to see what life would be like in the future, but now it looks like I ain't got a future no more. You wanna join my tour real locally? What? I got in unnoticed and I can get you out safely. You can? Man alive, I went out for a smoke and the whole person just grew out to the floor, or what? I don't think this man is qualified to be a security guard. Okay, you can get in, but you won't get out. Not gonna let us go in peace, huh? You mean when you can get me out? Or join your tour or whatever, just to get me out of here? Good, you won't regret it. Let me tell you how I braved the dangers of the bleached wasteland. Just do this guy. Boom, my hands are still tired. Don't worry, a good tour guide never makes her customers do her job. Welcome to Fern's Tours. Please be aware you may encounter loud noises during this tour. Cover your ears or keep a distance from me. Now let's get moving. Oh! I'm not a fan of that noise. Okay. Fun. Bleached Wastelands mentioned? I don't think I've seen the Bleached Wastelands in any of the event. I've heard them get referred to in passing. They're similarly unpleasant. They're like, are they the things past the frontier in Colombia? It's been so long. I need to. I have so many events to use. After them! Don't let them get away! Stage noises. Okay.
バレないように気配を殺していけ。
How scared should I be? Will you knock these over? No, curious. I think I should do this. Long lane! Long lane! Big problem! Bad time, big problem. Okay. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I'm still not entirely clear on understanding what path the enemies are expected to follow and whether or not they'll disrupt the balloons. Oh, are they going the path before? for the balloons? What's this aisle for?
じゃあ、あの人たちをここに埋葬してあげる。尻尾が流星のようだ。
It's the area between Columbia and Sahagan according to the law book. Interesting. So it is the bit past the frontier? I think the frontier divides the two also.
水場が近いからちょっと待ってて。水筒はいっぱいにしてくるね。
Oh, are you the larger rocket that scoots the balloons over?
みんな戦いに集中して。治療は私がやります。治療法を見つけた。
Basically a no man's land? Okay, nice.
何か指示はもっと早く動けるわ。
I think this is fine. I'm still bamboozled about that one time one of these little aerial jellyfish fellows got scooted off platform because I don't know what causes it.
みんな頑張って。
But other than that, I feel quite okay about the situation.
枯れ枝を集めてくるね。暗くなる
No yawning. Very awake. Holy moly! That was more damage than I anticipated. How did you do that much damage? Where did that damage come from? What? Do they do more damage as they accelerate? Are they one of the speed-based enemies? If I deposit a conveniently placed grapple, no, blocking the wrong unit. That's brutal. They're basically lancers? Yeah. They don't look very Lancer coded, because there's a few different variations of the Lancer enemies, but they all have pretty similar visual language. But I suppose there's only so many ways to make a aerial aquarium Lancer coded.
指示は結構よ。指示は結構よ。今さら話し合おうだ
And I'll
ね。
murder
ちょ
Viola.
っと遅すぎない？指揮すると尻尾が流星。霧が出てる？メガネが曇ってるせい
Okay,
か。
there you go. Ba ba ba. I do love this background piece of art a lot. Dot dot dot. The survival of the fittest, culling of the unfit. Since when was Vine become one of the unfit? Oh, Mr. Yeager, what are you doing here? That's my line. What are you doing here? You should have already cancelled Lucky's Sister's registration. I'm not doing anything illegal. We solved our technical issues before we failed the cancellation. What a stroke of luck. You solved it? Why didn't anyone contact engineering? Maybe word didn't have time to get around because of how sudden it was. Anyway, Mr. Tannen announced that all technical inspections by Rail Lab are suspended. I don't need to report to you anymore. Wait, is that solar powered? I just realized it kind of looks a little bit like it, and then this is cabling. That's quite fun. Dot dot dot. How could they have solved it all of a sudden when 3 days didn't do it? I feel like, I don't know, I regularly spend several days looking at code, not getting it, and then fix it in 10 minutes of actually writing code. Is that not how it works? I don't know, you spend 2 hours being confused and then you spend 10 minutes writing code and then it works? I thought this was a universal experience. The lucky suspicious luck? Quick, take the readings before the people come back. All the data is good too. Too good in fact. It's almost as if they were specifically calibrated to the benchmarks. Wait, these aren't Propeller Paradise standard issue screws, are they? They're completely soldered, won't budge. The whole core engine module is sealed shut. But no power unit on Propeller Paradise sounds like this. No legal power unit, anyway. Gotta love the nerds who memorize all the valid types of screws that can appear on an entire movement plate. Where did they get this weird non-compliant stuff from? I thought all the procurement on Propeller Paradise goes through... Ah, I get it now. Silly me for thinking survival of the fittest was really the rule in Propeller Paradise. I still think these chairs don't look very comfortable. Still hoping that so-and-so put together a report for the accidental line? Forget it. Director Lunari would just dismiss me for not having evidence. Who else can help? Who can he work with? Oh, back in Ryan HQ? My ride will be there in 5 minutes. I'll bring you a Propeller Paradise mascot plushie if I find one. I'm not a kid. See you later then. You've been playing catch with yellow bunches in the corridor ever since you stepped out of Saya's office. You're you're stalling, I can tell. You really ought to be allowed about invading an individual's privacy with a water clone. Not likely to happen unless there's another water elf in Columbia. The branches on Nesty's belt suddenly grow, pointing in the direction of the water elf, twisting and open a tool attachment. As though rehearsed 1,000 times, Losey takes a step to the right, dodging the bionic branch's robot trick. You know I was looking here and can't come in person. Maintaining a water clone at a long distance is a draining task. Are you so worried that I may flub with Kristen's legacy? It's you that I'm worried about, not some derivative Galeria Stellaria. It takes time for a seed to grow into a sapling, all the more so when you hope it will become a towering tree. Relax, not even Ferdinand would complain about the results you're pulling. That's because I blocked his email. You helped me make Kristen's dreams come true by digging away under Taiwan's suburbs. Now it's your turn. Have you ever thought about... I'm not going back to the Convalis. The same tranquility of the Convalis does not belong to a flawed banshee, nor can it inspire her. But... it's time to go. Just a sec. Here. A potted plant? Ecological, dug it out the desert. It's resistant to heat and cold, just as stubborn as you. Call it a goodbye, Prezi. No need for vivariums, just remember to water and I'll keep a watchful eye on you. Maybe even help you. In return, take care of the vivarium, and yourself, and... get me a Propeller Paradise mascot plushie, if they really exist. I love Mimura. Aww. Dot. The withered branches on the first floor of planters have been cleaned up. This potted plant is the only exhibit that survived. I'll take it. What about the underground plants? Transmitted data is expected, but monitoring coverage is limited. We haven't had time to send someone to check on site. I'll go. Thanks. Underground plants? Is it like underground as in not on surface level as the skyship, or is it underground as in on Earth in the large facility the Rhine had on Earth? Earth terror. Director Lunari. Anyone from outside here? No, Mom. We've continued to simulate experimental conditions here. I'm gonna just alter the lights real quick. My eyes are... maybe I need a nap. Just in case. Reveal. No signs of entry. Was it really an accident? We've compiled the report on the dead plants. Do you want to review it now? Alright, let's go. Vanessa T. Lunari, Director of Engineering, credentials confirmed. Welcome. ... Where the heck did those two go? Did something happen, sir? No need to be alarmed. We're just simulating missions on the Shadow Moon, Mr. Timon's orders. Columbia keeps our people safe, wherever they are. Split up. Keep a low profile. Roger. So it was a drill. It's just like Rankwood Blockbuster. What's it called? Battlefield Shadow Moon, I think? See? There's guards of Casmerian Space Knights. Don't give us away. Skip the comedy, imposter. Where do you go next? Not many places to hide on a flying donut station when the wing corridors in the back is perfect for an ambush. Then what do we do? I signed your toll contract. You gotta get me out of here. You still have time to sign contracts? Settle down, Yellow Clee. You're on Propeller Paradise. Forget what you think you know about terra firma. That's a Volvot Kimchi jump board you're testing, right? Can we borrow it? Sure. Huh, what was that sound? Look up! How the heck did they get to the top of the floating pod? Oh, I forgot, people. Look on Propeller Paradise. What do we do? Shoot them down! Oh! Is that simulating the air cannon the villains fires in the cinematic scene? I don't have very much faith in this fellow as a tester. Wait, I think I smell a Vigilant powder. Fire! Run! This doesn't seem very good for all the expensive and barely functional equipment. Wow, okay. Trash, all of them. It took so much work just to get Ryan down, but now we have a work tour guide on the list. I should have gone after the feline myself, if I didn't have business to do. Sinister fellow. Would you like me to eliminate this ignorant Terran, Sky Conqueror? Show them the true power from beyond terror. Sorry, I've just been treating this as like a gag character, but is this really meant to be a space fish? Like... In my mind, there's two things of like... It's a fish in space, therefore space fin beast. I'm scared of the ocean. I could believe that the creatures from the ocean are aliens in a more recent way than most of the beings on Terra. But like, it doesn't mean space fin beast as in this fellow was born on another planet and came through the gap in the sky that Kristen Wright caused, right? We're not getting invaded by mackerels, surely. Oh hi Aisha Athens, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, leaders. Welcome. What were you up to? What game were you playing? Were you doing some arknights? I hope stream went well. If you need to run off, grab a drink, grab a snack, make sure to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are just reading through some of the Arknights event for Problems in Space with Wives Part 2.5, depending if you count Dorothy's Vision. We're currently on stage 3, the second half. Fish raid, welcome in fishes. Oh, we were just talking about a fish alien invasion. This suddenly becomes so sinister foreshadowing. I'm just reading Texas Alta event during preparation for a future event. Oh, that's fair. I'm behind on quite a few of the events, so I haven't actually read any of the Texas ones, but I've heard very good things about them. I hope you enjoyed them. If you need to run off, grab a drink, grab a snack, make sure to take care of yourself, and thank you so much for testing with your community. Oh, thank you, mods, for sorting the shout out. Well done. Very good, mods. I do want to read the Texas events at some point, because there's quite a few interconnecting ones that depend on it, but I'm kind of committed to catching up on the ocean first. I've got all my ocean problems to read about. Alrighty. Would you like me to eliminate those ignorant Terran Sky Conqueror? Show them the true power from beyond Terra. No need, 5-4. She's a tour guide, not a special agent. First, report on Gustav. He and his retinue are floating along the cloud and VIP area. They have passed through the ring corridor, but no one has found the hidden door yet. I've kinda forgot who Gustav is, I'm gonna be honest. Huh, when I first joined... Oh, Gustav's the director! Okay. So Casey's pretty standalone, honestly? Okay. I kinda just wanna catch up with the main story, but... there's so many events that interconnect with it, especially in the gap between chapter 8 and 9. I'm kinda daunted to get back into it, but... I think once I finish the... getting up to date with the like Abyssal Hunter lines. Sorry, big yawn. I might just go back to the main story because I've been procrastinating. See ya. Thanks. I'll be off to rest since it's almost midnight in my time zone. Oh my gosh, get some good rest. Thank you so much for stopping by. Super Alicia. Good night. Developer director. Okay. I'm very confused by their like moral compass and conflict, because they were having a conversation about how Gordon learned to do forward from Gustav, and now Gustav's not having that he's doing forward better than him out on his own. It's not really. I don't know. I guess there's only one room for sinister businessman in the event, and they're in competition. I don't know that conflict. Something money. I'm not, that's not for me. Okay. When I first joined Ito 7 years ago, Gustav would have noticed if I swiped the liquid originum lighter from the story. I thought he didn't like me because he used to be a soldier, hated crooks and wanted everything done the right way. Only later did I find out it was because I left too many loose ends. I learned everything from him. His way of doing things, his way of talking, and even how I dress. As for the result... this pod pulls treasures from across Terra. It's much bigger than Ato's dirty lockers. Gustav on one side, Nasty on the other, so what? Another clueless kid from 7 years ago. They'll never find out what I did, unless I hand-deliver the evidence. I've got several people who are going to interfere with that plan of yours. Once the exhibit opens, thousands of exhibitors will fly into the sky, and all the secrets and illicit transactions won't matter anymore. Everyone will know that it was Gordon Tannen who lit the fire under Propeller Paradise, not Ryan, not DC. Warning, Terran approaching. What's that sound? Don't blow it up, there might be somebody below. Don't try to talk a way out of... Oh. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all, especially with all the hazardous contraband. Gordon Tannen looks up in the smoke and dust as he forces his teary eyes to stay open, trying to see what's going on. Oh! A figure descends amidst the rubble and dust, her legs flailing wildly. He just ordered her arrest several hours ago. There's only 90 centimeters apart, but both the veins working feverishly to process the situation. Time itself feels frozen, as Gordon and Fern stand off against one another. They're not really standing off, they're falling! Scrambling to take in one another's expressions. They really blew it up. Where the hell am I anyway? This place isn't on my map. There is a hidden door in the ring corridor? Why am I staring at the Terran right now? Is this a trap? Why is there a look of surprise and shock on his face? Are these exhibits on the walls? Wait a second. I've definitely seen his art units at the street stalls where I got dragged into the black market by the Sark House, and that over there isn't a standard issue, say hidden in Sargonian tombs? Shoot. Is it too late to pretend I never saw any of this? Oh no, please don't hit the high explosive originum grenade! Oh, this entire pod goes up in smokes. This was all the thing I was worrying about. Damn it, it's been one thing after another since this big guide came to Propeller Paradise. Is she Ryan's enemy or nasty spy? She'd ruined my plans for the vivarium and she's doing it again. What's she looking at? The active Originum Store Guide beacon or the Zahian witchcraft helmet? Heck, she recognizes these. What's she gonna do with the dirt on me? Is she gonna sell it to someone? If nasty, I'll Gustav find out. Oh, good evening, Ghost. How are you doing? How's your day been going? The delayed gravity pulls Finn sharply downward. Gordon has no time to save his collection. All he can do is watch as the feline approaches rapidly. As the distance between the two of them disappears, as the complicated thoughts flashing through their minds, they await the impending impact. There is only time for them to say one single word. Heck. That was a big explosion. No! Not a cliffhanger, that's so mean. Okay. How many stages is this event? Can I find out by looking at the awards? And an illicit exploded at the end. That would tidy up the event. 8 normal, 8 EX? Okay. I'm not gonna have time to do the EX for this event. I'll have to redo them on V1. But I'm trying to think. Do I have time to do? So it's gonna be 5 more. No. Yeah. 5 more stages and 2 extra half-story stages? Oh. I can try and do one more. I feel like my voice is gonna give out. That's why I'm kind of nervous. I've got energy, but I don't know how much you can hear it. I've been messing with the audio settings to make me louder. I'm going to be messing with assets for a project currently working on weapon and ammo pickups. Oh, cool. I hope it's going well. It's always so cool to see working on projects. I like. It's something which I want to do and actively spend more time on, like having my own little projects and tasks. I feel like it's not something I've kept up with as much this year. I'm a big fan of the moving background. They've been doing this more in events recently, and it's very cool and pretty without being the terrifying giant face from the My Dream event. Although the photorealistic finger does stress me out a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's start chapter 4. I may just have to do half of it and then resume with the story tomorrow. We'll see how my voice goes. I said you can't go in. And I said, I'm with Lion Lab. I know the access rules for Propeller Paradise facilities better than you do. And no special permission is required to visit Cloud. It's a restaurant. You would be correct under normal circumstances, but there's an important guest here right now. Let him in. I think this young man's looking for me. Is he going to Gustav? Oh! I take it the debriefing on the Rhine Vivarium incident is done. Nothing gets past you. I just happen to know a few people who are committed to Columbia's great project here. Including Garden Tannen? I guess you're not here to try and recoup Ryan's losses. There isn't enough time for the exhibit now, even with emergency funding. Please take a look at the inspection report. Tech startup solved a technical flaw that was discovered during inspections and received permission to stay on Propeller Paradise? What's the problem? Lucky Sisty Beasts never passed the recheck. They have to leave Propeller Paradise today, according to the rules. But I just saw their in and discovered they solved the emergency problem that plagued them for months. On the eve of the exhibit, deadlines, science, miracles, classic potato chip flavors, so to speak. No, look at this page. I focus on several components that are not involved in standard inspection, and found that the output is more than 10 times the standard values. Well, to put it in simpler terms... You don't need to explain technical terms to me. I read the manual of Colombian original conformance standard you're carrying. Do you mean to say the Lucky City Beast invented power components far exceeding national standards in the span of hours? The cliffhanger got it? I just want to find out who got exploded. Okay? Well, this has got to be the last chapter. I'm losing my voice too much. They might have got me. They can't get me again, right? Invented? They don't have the chops for that. I think someone transplanted a non-Colombian heart into the failure. You know the rules of Propeller Paradise. All Terran eyes are on progress in levitation technology, and all the parts involved must be made in Colombia to ensure security. I'm not accusing Ato of negligence. No ordinary officer could have let Corporation dodge Ryan's regular and random inspections unless someone manipulating engineering section's inspection order. Coincidentally, Director Lunari came to an agreement with a certain official, Gordon Tannen. He would stop at nothing to tie Ryan's hands, because we are the true original proponents of Propeller Paradise, and the engineering section is a pair of eyes that could uncover his secret at any time. Behold another explosion! It's Ifrit arriving. So you're speculating that Gordon Tannen has been running a smuggling operation behind the scenes? This is a serious accusation, young man. Alright, that's why I had to come to you, sir. Until Propeller Paradise gets to DC, you're the only one in a position to deal with your diligent subordinate. I'm curious, does your supervisor know about this? Things wouldn't have come to this if Director Lunari did anything. Good. Don't deal with one sinister man to get rid of the other. This one's more competent. That's scary. What do you mean? You're a sharp, brave young man. Misty wouldn't have let you stay behind to spend the time with me if she knew. Sir, I am the only one in a position to deal with Gordon. An interesting way to put it. He used to butt heads with me too, but that's the folly of youth, and true enough of you too. First thing I ever taught him was there will always be of one mind when we stand for Columbia. Hey! Does kind of make sense. I didn't see the positioning of them as like totally antagonistic, but... The young line researcher can only watch as Gustav takes the report and turns to walk into the interior of the restaurant. He's shocked and angry. He wants to charge at Gustav, but the man makes a simple gesture, and the bodyguard twists the young scientist's arms, causing him to cry out in pain and frustration. Hello? Huh. What a coincidence. Sky Jaeger is taken outside by the bodyguards, not knowing whether he'll be thrown into one of the lower-level jail cells or locked away in some secret room. I feel like thrown off the edge of the spy ship is... The spy ship? The flying ship is the biggest concern at this point. Here's Gustav pick up the phone. The man must be calling Gordon Tannen now. Sky Jaeger regrets not leaving a copy of evidence for Nasty. If we could only get back to the vivarium. Suddenly, the pain is gone. The bodyguard lets go of his arm and pushes him into the elevator to take him away from Cloud. Dot dot dot. Why were they holding everyone in hotel rooms if they've got a prison suite? Hey, you can hear me, right? I swear, I won't say a word about Mr. Tannen's smuggling operation. We really didn't mean to barge into his collection. Take a break, Oakley. You keep going like this, they're gonna start getting ideas that the best way to shut someone up is to kill them. Sniff. Ugh, you're crying again? Don't worry about it. Giving prisoners the silent treatment is normal. Sounds like you know about prisoners. Where do you think I got my silver tongue? Even if I ran into a bunch of Arcosia who couldn't understand a word of what I was saying and had me surrounded with spears, I could still make my point across with nothing but winks and gestures. You really think we can get out of this jail? Have you ever been to a bleached wasteland? No? I hear that the sandstorms tear through the toughest material sheet and rip flesh from bone in an instant. True. All the guides say it's off limits for a reason, and no travel agencies take tours there. But I didn't want to assume it was impossible just because of hearsay. Don't tell me you actually went there and got out alive? It's a grey desert. The scorching sun reflects all of the sand, and you can see dark purple cliffs in the distance beyond dunes. The cacti grow taller than either of us. It's a dangerous place, and you can't tell where you're standing on when the winds range, but the sands aren't nearly as sharp as knives. Incredible. My dad used to say that impossible is just an excuse for lazy and cowardly. I learned that from him, because he's a guide unlike others, one who dares to brave the unknown. You have a very supportive father. I'm jealous. I did. I'd say you should pick yourself up publicly. I'll grant you your wish, and my Benji's client's wish too. Our journey isn't over yet. I feel like she's more of a kind of shadowy fixer-upper rather than a tour guide based off her presented skill set, but maybe tour guides are a bit more expensive than I realized in Colombia. Get up, both of you. Oh, what are you gonna do? Stay back. What's going on? Come with me and don't cause any trouble. Mr. Tannen wants to see you. What did I say? This isn't the end. Can she not beat up the security guard again? I like this office because it kind of looks like it's from Star Trek Next Generation ship with the walls. These look like the lights in the corridors, you know? Both the texture of the wall, if you ignore the sideboard, and then the periodic areas which would flash lights whenever there was a red alert. Yes, I understand. I apologize for the trouble, sir. Screw that condescending old fox. We got a retirement age in Colombia for a goddamn reason. I'm not afraid his coffee boy anymore. I'll be damned if I let him yell in my face over getting the sugar wrong. Mr. Tannen, 5-4 is going to burst if you feed it anymore. Foams at the mouth. You take over the feeding. Not a single thing has worked out. We didn't get those meddling Ryan lab eggheads out of Propeller Paradise, and all the old Fox and Nasty's people know about my side hustle. And those two so-and-sos showed up out of nowhere to ruin most of my arts unit collection. The stuff you can't get anywhere else. Arts unit hustle? So you were smuggling? All that time you were away on unexplained trips? You think it's wrong to help tech footing? You think it's wrong to help tech firms get their footing in the sky? No, it's not my place to judge, but why are you bringing these two intruders over? Are you planning to deal with them? What's with the angst? I got bigger plans for them than just settling a score. No one can take Propeller Paradise away from me without evidence. The rest of my collection needs to be cleared ASAP before anyone else can interfere. And you want them to smuggle the contraband out for you? But everything that enters or leaves Propeller Paradise is subject to stringent checks, even if you gave an expedited order. Besides existing channels out to service because of engineering's innovation work, and I can't wait that long. This is all Nasty's fault, the energy system modification shift. Floating botanical units and Ryan's people are everywhere now. Wait, Ryan? Well, are they gonna block off my routes? It's only fair I borrow theirs. You mean the engineering tunnel beneath the Vine Vivarium used to transport heavy equipment and construction materials? Exactly. With the Vivarium on lockdown, nothing offers better cover than Rhine turf. I know where the old fox is, but Nasty. I'll take care of Director Leonore, sir, as long as you ensure the safety of the two intruders. You? I'm confident I can distract her while you carry out your plan. I only need one thing. The Banshee's bone pen you confiscated from Fern. I really hope she's a good guy. Just because she's pretty. That's my full thesis. She's too cute to be evil. Please. Get on, move on. Don't keep Mr. Tannen waiting. He's gonna have our heads owning his collection room. Just paying money isn't so bad. The real problem is if he wants a deal. We're here. I brought them. Thank you, sir. You may return to your duties. Monsieur, my client. Unfortunately, it seems Mr. Tannen had nothing to do with your client's disappearance. I'll do my best to keep an eye out. Where did that Banshee go? Just go through the door and forget about her for now. Make sure you do exactly what Mr. Tannen tells you. If you ever want to leave Propeller Paradise on your own 2 feet. What's he planning? He's going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Dun dun dun. Else you'll sleep with the fishes? There's gotta be a sleep with the fishes line. There has to be. Even if she is evil, she's a cute girl, so you consider the red flag as a fun fact. Cute girl, anecdote, evil. Sky Jaeger steps grew slower and slower. He used to dash through this corridor and his colleagues laughed at him for being impatient. How could he not be impatient? He didn't have the luxury of a traditional education, of having his path paved for him. His family's circumstances forced him to waste too much time on things other than research. But now he stands on the shoulders of an Environ Lab at the pinnacle of application science in Columbia, about to touch the very dome that has witnessed a miracle. There should not be any obstacles. No one has the right to hold back this great work. I must tell Director Lonery about Tannen's secret and apologize. Wait, how did he get out? I thought he was being dragged around by security guards set for prison. Footsteps? I thought all the researchers were evacuated. Did I miss something? This chapter he was getting dragged around. Did they just push him away? They're not very good bodyguards. That's incompetent. Okay. Footsteps? I thought all the researchers were evacuated. Does this thing come off at all? It looks like there's centrifugal safety membranes that the revolving bar used. Don't touch it if you're not sure. We'll ask our new boss later. Guess they just shoved him in the elevator? Yeah, like That's so strange. We're gonna manhandle you out of the diner and then politely deposit you on the boardwalk and give you a voucher for whatever the energy drink the fake Oakley was advertising at the start, I guess. I'll ask on your boss later. Is Nasty still in her office? I heard she was willing to lose the whole vivarium to save us, and that grumpy kid. Shh! Shut your big mouth. Nasty's a good person. That's all we need to know. Grumpy kid. Me? Aww. Thank you for your time. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. You're Gustav's secretary. What are you doing here? Ah, you must be Sky Jaeger. I finished my business with Director Lumri. Excuse me. You're back. You apologized to Gustav? Yes. You gave up all of Wine's engineering control and agreed to stop active inspections? Yes. Wine Lab has essentially withdrawn from the exhibition and will no longer appear on the catalogue? Yes. We need to store our experimental equipment here later. Come and help if you have the energy. Director. Yes? You knew I would screw up. You knew I was just an average Joe. That's why you kept me busy with inspections and botanical units. Right? You're right in the end. I was just a beast in the gutter. I understood greatness, but I could never become part of it. To be forgiven, saved, protected, like all the testers here. I'm just an ordinary guy left in the dust. I wouldn't be here without your help. I needed new employees and an aide, that's all. I stayed with a group of pioneers when I first came to Columbia. They despised me for being a banshee who couldn't use incantations. I despised them for their lousy hunting traps. There was no passivity in our interactions. We forgave each other, saved each other, and protected each other. As we do now, as it should be. The vivarium is quiet, but the presence of the testers seems to have changed the place of cold metallic rationality. A misshapen wire pull tab has been added to the microscope slide box stubborn lid. A sheet of plywood hangs in the air conditioning vent, making it a little less unbearably chilly. A few watch-down notes are pasted over the glass door that Sky tends to run into when he's angry. They remind him of his little sister, the average ordinary one, who in his eyes must always be protected. He's never turned around to look back at her, not since he witnessed the miracle. If moving forwards means we can't look back, how do we make sure we're still walking the same path that we chose in the beginning? What meaning is there in progress if it leads to a future that has been curated for only a select few? Why should ordinary people be left behind? I just think she's neat, okay? I just think she's great. I never took you for a narrator, Director. All I do is state facts, ask questions, find the solution, repeat. Get moving, before you let big words and big ideas take you for a ride. Stage time? Okay. Oh. I'm not the biggest fan of this layout. Oh. What do you do? Ooh. Okay. I'm assuming I'm gonna need to push these? Because these two aren't floating, only this one is? Right? I'm not sure what my plan is after Contour's ability ends. And I still haven't swapped Lynn's skill, no! Elemental. Okay. Oh wait, maybe the top level platform is being levitated. I am concerned about this direction. This one's... is it floating? I can't tell. The stage might be about to end very quickly. Oh! How's this floating though? There's no balloons for it. Because this is a separate pathway. And there's only 4 balloons anyway. The fire circles count as balloons? Oh. Oops. Okay. No destroying the fire balloons then. Change of plan, change of plan.
を整えてリラックスして。
Feeling very silly about my past decisions, I know.
お前はもう戻れないんだよ。
Okay, if we hide it a little.
もっと早く動けるわ。治療法を見つけた。
Wait, I haven't updated my hydrate yet. Can I do that in the middle of a stage? Probably not.
天候は安定しており、私はあなたの
飛ぶでもがいてろ。
I feel like I should be scared of you.
どんな苦境でもみんなと一緒にターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。
I don't know how to beat up these guys without destroying the floating units.
どんな苦境でもみんなと一緒に立ち向かうか
Oh
ら。
wait, oh,
ここにしようっと。
飛ぶでもがいて
at
ろ。
least they burn enemies too? I did not notice that. I just thought they had little circles at the bottom of the ships. No!
見えなくなっちゃった。
Okay. Apologies, Click. I didn't notice. Wait, are they the last 5 enemies? I kind of assumed they didn't need to be fought.
集え、我が同胞たちよ。
Woo!
背後の影には気をつけることね。こんにちは。ちょっとした調査なのでな。
クズが。
治療法を見つけた。
I'm gonna have to use your official stun in a second because I've got nothing else.
早く終わらせてもらえない。冷えた夜ご飯は食
Okay,
べたく
go
ない。
go go. Destroy hamster.
整えてリラックスして。
Did they get stunned at least? No? This isn't going very well.
問題なし。工事は通常通り行おう。
I don't think Death Concrete Baby's range extends to aerial units.
どんな苦境でもみんなと一緒に立ち向かうから。ドローン飛べ。
Okay.
やっちゃおっか。
Okay. This might be fine.
ドローン飛べ。
That's kind of fun. I like the slow mechanic. I think I'm gonna have to pause there because I am just losing my voice too much. I'm sorry. I know we're mid chapter, but okay. If I very carefully click skip and and don't see the summary. Ooh!
空に
Then
2本の長い白い煙が見える。それ私が残したものだ
wait,
よ。
I need to double check. Do we really get the fish instead of the cute secretary? Is she not the person? Is this another non-corrupt fish? It's an great mechanic. Infinite U official stun, infinite gravel S2, extra mortal surta. It is fun. I feel like I should be utilizing the kind of U official a bit all more, but I'm not sure how best to. Well, okay. Let's hoo. Hello. Let's go say hi to Mushy. Iguana in a plastic bag, new subclass too? Oh wait, new subclass? Having a new subclass be introduced on a like free event unit's kinda surprising. Skybreaker takes off on deployment and only attacks aerial enemies while in midair. On skill activation descends and deals AoE fizz damage. That's pretty fun. That feels more specialist than sniper, but I suppose specialists can't have everything. Alrighty, let us get ready to rumble. I'm gonna talk about the raid messages. I don't think I will be able to stream tomorrow because I am going to a book event, which I'm quite excited about. But I will be doing a stream on Wednesday to finish the story of this event. I'm just going to accept that I'm not going to be able to do EX stages at the moment. We'll finish the story. We got... what's it called? We've got essentially 6 reading stages and 4 stages to do. So, no, wait. We've got 10 reading sections and 4 stages, but the reading sections are like half an hour if I lock in, and I won't really lock in. Oh dear. Well, hopefully it takes me under 6 hours because I need my sleep. Book event? Yeah, I'm excited. But I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out. Apologies, it was a regular time stream, but I'm glad you got the demo of the event. Hopefully there's no more dramatic explosions, and I will see you all then. Be excited for book club on Saturday. Okay, bye.